Good evening, everyone, and welcome into our third episode of Against the Clock, a variety sports talk show where we discuss three important topics with 90 seconds each of the biggest sports stories around the world. I'm your host tonight, Corey Zimmerman. Sarah couldn't be with us tonight. Jimmy Brown to my right, and Matt Marvin, a special guest. Matt, how you doing?
I'm good. Let's get this started.
All right, let's kick it to topic number one. Recently, Drew Brees broke the all-time passing record in NFL history in Week 5 of the season against the Washington Redskins. Brees is also on pace to break Peyton Manning's record in all-time touchdown passes. With that being said, my question to you guys is, if you're a GM of a team, who do you want as your franchise quarterback? Jimmy, I'll start with you.
First off, I just want to say congratulations to Drew Brees on breaking that record. I mean, obviously a phenomenal record to, at his height and everything, being as short as he is. But as far as quarterbacks and who I would personally pick, I'm going to have to go with Aaron Rodgers. He's clutch, he's versatile, he can move around, he does what he needs to do for the team. And if the game is on the line, I don't have any doubt in him.
I completely agree with what Jimmy just said. I think when you think, or if you're watching football, like any time, any week, and you need a touchdown late in the game, 2 minutes, I'm going Aaron Rodgers because it seems like every time you see him attempt it, he gets it done. He's just really clutch. He always gets it done.
I think Drew Brees, honestly, he's my quarterback. You think of a guy that's 6 foot. Most 6 foot quarterbacks don't really, have a great career in the NFL. Russell Wilson, yeah, he's having a great career. Maybe Baker Mayfield in the future. But Brees to break the all-time passing record, the completions record, and soon the touchdown passes, I mean, that's incredible, especially for a 6 foot quarterback.
Yeah, and I mean, just piggybacking off of that, I mean, like you said, he did such a great job, but in the same sense, I know when even Aaron Rodgers didn't have the pieces around him, he had other guys hurt, he still was able to make it seem like he had all those guys. I mean, he lost Jordy Nelson last season, which was an essential part to his offense. I mean, he still has Randall Cobb. I mean, unfortunately, he's not playing right now. But still, with that offense, he's so incredible in what he can do.
Corey, you make a great point for Brees. He's one of the most consistent quarterbacks in the NFL, for the last 10, 15 years, and we still don't talk about him. He often flies under the radar, and he's just always doing his thing, no matter who he has around him.
Yeah, guys, I think we could honestly debate about this topic all day long, but we do have to move on to the next topic. So for topic number 2, we are going to pitch it to baseball, where last night the Boston Red Sox punched their ticket into the World Series. With the LA Dodgers looking to close out the series in Milwaukee over the weekend, who do you guys see coming out of the National League, and what are your predictions for the World Series moving forward? Matt, I'll start with you.
Personally, I think Milwaukee is a great team. They had a great year. The Dodgers are just too much firepower right now. I think Milwaukee, I could see them winning tonight on their home field, but if it goes back to LA for Game 7, I don't think they're coming out of that. So in that case, if we get the Dodgers and the Red Sox, honestly, you could, it's two very talented teams, a lot of great players on each side. The Red Sox have just killed everyone all year. They think they won a franchise record in games this year, like 108. I don't see them losing. They just beat the defending champions in 5 games and made it look like nothing.
Yeah, you're right, man. They actually did. You were right about the 108 games. But I do see Dodgers as being the biggest threat. I don't think Brewers will win tonight. I just think home field advantage really doesn't play, any role in that. I think, having Matt Kemp, Cody Bellinger, the pickup of Manny Machado during the season, those are just, essential pieces to the team that make the Dodgers more of a threat than the Brewers. I mean, they have a good cast on the Brewers, don't get me wrong, but I just think that Dodgers and Red Sox will be, the World Series game. And like you said, I think Red Sox just look unbeatable, and I just think that they'll be the ones to take it all. So,
my personal opinion, I see the Brewers winning tonight. I see this going 7 games, and then you have Dodgers bringing in Clayton Kershaw for game number 7, and that's it. He closes it out. They get to the World Series, and I think Boston wins it in 5. Boston's just too hot. Alex Cora, manager of the year by far. What a tremendous job he did. Coming in this season, you thought Yankees all the way, and the Red Sox were like, oh, how do we keep up with the additions of Stanton and Judge coming back for his 2nd year, and they added J.D. Martinez, and they kept the core together of Mookie Betts, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Andrew Benintendi, and I think, honestly, they're just too dominant. I mean, the bullpen concerns me at times, but Chris Sale, he's unstoppable.
Even Price, I want to talk about the pitching too. Even Price had a great game last night. A shutout. They weren't even able to do anything against him. And I just thought that was incredible. That just showed how great Red Sox really are.
And for topic 3, as we wrap up tonight's show, I'm going to let you guys discuss what seems to be a major topic around the NFL, refereeing. With several controversial calls through 6 weeks of the season, some players have even spoke out on some of the calls recently. Denver Bronco wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders stated, "The league is becoming soft." So what do you guys think should be done to fix this issue?
I think that the NFL is going in the right direction in the sense that they want to make it a safer game. I know we always think about all the injuries and, people getting CTE, prior to, retirement and going crazy and, rest in peace to a lot of the guys who had those problems, in the past. But at the same time, I do agree that the NFL is getting somewhat soft to the fact that if we go back, Michael Bennett against the Vikings for the Philadelphia Eagles, when he went to sack Cousins and they called that a penalty, I just thought it was a bit ridiculous because, it wasn't something that he could totally control. And for them to throw a flag about it, everyone was kind of like, whoa, like, where did this come from? So I do think they need to actually consider what is a penalty and what isn't.
I think it's really a tough spot for the NFL because, while you want to, make it a safer game because, we have all these concerns with CTE, it's still tough because people, you're going to get upset about that. And obviously, it's a fine line that you have to find out about. And, I believe the officials are doing whatever they can, but, some people want to see one way, some people want to see the other, but they really have to fix because there have been some outrageous, especially with the Clay Matthews play early in the season, and people are obviously talking out because they don't think it's really.
If you guys recall, the Emmanuel Sanders play that he's referring to where the league's becoming soft is he caught a pass which he thought he had scored a touchdown. He was actually rolled down at the 1 and he taunted the Rams quarterback. And with him being down at the 1, that threw the play back all the way from the line of scrimmage, and it was a 15-yard penalty. And he's like, what, I can't wag my finger, just trash talk a little bit? And I think it's a little ridiculous. I mean, the refs, I know they have to follow certain criteria because the NFLPA wants them to follow this criteria, but you got to let the players play. This is their profession. This is what they want to do. I mean, they're making their money. The Clay Matthews situation twice, almost 3 times now in the season, and then the Michael Bennett situation. I mean, come on, let the guy get a sack. He barely even hit him.
Yeah, no, and I agree, but also to think too, I think what the referees maybe want to do is they just want to protect players. They know, sometimes the finger wagging things that Emmanuel Sanders did, they start fights. If we go back to last year, Aqib Talib and Crabtree, that whole fight because of the taunting and getting in each other's face.
But that's what people want to see on TV. I want to see that. I want to see, the emotion coming out of players because the refs are taking it away. They really are. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I almost can't stand watching the NFL anymore.
I think if the players are at a point where they're afraid to trash talk and stuff, that's too far. They should be able to at least talk a little bit.
Right, absolutely. I agree with you guys. I mean, obviously, me and you disagreed a little bit, but we'll get over it, I guess. Well, that's all we have for this week. Join us again in 2 weeks to discuss more breaking topics in the sports world, only here on Against the Clock. I'm Corey Zimmerman, alongside Matt Marvin and Jimmy Brown. We'll see you guys next time.